episode 12, a dual episode with me and our special guest, Elizabeth Anthony Gronert from Florida, one of my bestest friends. And we're going to be talking all about New Smyrna Beach and the magic that the ocean has and the healing properties and so much more today on Cultivating Guts. Hello, it's Tiffany, and welcome back to Cultivating Guts, a podcast where we discuss gardening, homesteading, gut health, and following our intuition. Today's episode is all about intuition. I'm super excited to be back with you guys. I've had so many insightful moments and ideas over the last few weeks of the summer as we move into fall, and I'm wanting to share with you more about our Summer Solstice trip and all the magic that is actually down in Florida at the New Smyrna Beach and the SeaGift, and we'll talk more about that today. We are on video, so if you're watching us on video, hello. We're on YouTube and Spotify on video. And otherwise, I know you can hear us loud and clear. We're on all of your local, your most unique, whatever you want to call them, podcast channels. But if you want to catch us on YouTube and watch the video, feel free to check us out at youtube.com/Tiffany Hinton. And tune in there. If you could do us a huge favor, subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. I will send you our new garden planner course for free. Just send me an email or a screenshot of your review at tiffany@cultivatingguts.com. I love reposting, so if you want to tag us on Instagram, it's at I am Tiffany Hinton. And I'm so grateful for you and all of our amazing listeners for helping us to grow the podcast and share it with so many people. And with that, we're going to head right into the show. All right. Welcome back to Cultivating Guts. So, summer solstice for the last 3 summers, I have been on an island in Florida. Now, everybody's always like an island, but it is a coastal island. I've been to New Smyrna Beach and stayed with Elizabeth or Chris or in their condo that they rent, which is called sEAGift. And it's a magical time to just soak up the ocean. We enjoy the food, we enjoy music, we enjoy the wildlife. I spend a lot of time down at Canaveral National Seashore, bring home loads of shells and even sand, actually. So my little dish where I have my smudge stick has sand from New Smyrna Beach in it. It doesn't have the whatever generic sand they mail you. So all of that stuff, every summer we kind of renew. And so Elizabeth is our guest today. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm real excited.
So I want to, for the listeners, describe New Smyrna to them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we made such a quick move down there and people were like, how could you go so quickly? And well, it's definitely very, I'm not going to have the words. It's just a place that you feel like you're home, and it's very family oriented. It's all small businesses. So it's very, they get great shopping and great restaurants that really will adjust their foods for those of us who have alternate eating lifestyles. But the beach is remarkable. You have a choice. You can be on the drive beach, which is a really fun experience. You can drive right onto the beach, and that's really great for anybody that has any mobility issues. You can drive right on, and there's really nice, wonderful sand that you can go right into the water. Yeah. As well as right across the street. We live right across the street in our sEAGiftNSB. And we literally live on the estuary, but we can walk across the street to the beach, and there's no drive there. So that is your traditional, wonderful, right by the ocean.
Yeah. So it's like a mile in some parts of that island from the ocean on the Atlantic side to the estuary or the river on the other side.
That is correct.
You'll see birds and different pieces of wildlife go between. It's really, really unique.
And a lot of people think that Florida is just so hot.
Yeah.
But because we're on an island, we have the estuary or the intercoastal on one side behind us in a way, and then we have the Atlantic Ocean on the other. So we've got this amazing breeze or air that's going on all the time, and so we're definitely anywhere from 10 to 20 degrees cooler than you are inland, and
it's not touristy. You're right. It's like a little town.
It's more family. It's not the word I'm looking for, but it'll come to me after we're done with this. I'll get the right words.
I will say when we're down there, it's not about having superficial brands or having certain kinds of beach clothing or having to look a certain way when you go out to dinner or a dress code. You
Definitely
can
not.
like be yourself.
You can go right from the beach into almost every restaurant, and a lot of people
Absolutely.
do. So it's
Yeah.
very, very casual. And then yet we still have places, actually Chases on the Beach just opened up, and where they're doing white dinner linens
Fancier
Friday
dinner.
through Sunday. And that's now on the beach, but you still have a choice to be on their outside balcony right on the ocean
Yeah.
and with the water, and you can be super casual up there. So you have lots of choices and lots of food choices, everything that you could want.
The other thing that I love is I'm a sunrise person where Elizabeth is a sunset girl.
That is true.
But you get both. You actually
Yes.
get both. And so some people are like, I don't know how you get up that early on vacation, but it's so worth going to see the sunrise and the hues of the sky, or like people say how God paints the sky, right? Just and every morning the sky is different and it's so beautiful. But in that similar level, I can go down on the beach in the morning, whether it's 4 a.m. or 6 a.m., and throw a yoga mat down and do yoga, and nobody looks at you like you got two heads. No, like you just
No.
feel comfortable. And I absolutely love that about the energy of the island. And
Yeah,
then,
people are really open and they welcome the differences among people. And you have people that are very health conscious. You've got, I mean, we are definitely a surf town. We've got a lot of people surfing, and we have a lot of people that are there to be in the ocean, and the ocean has been extremely healing for me. It's the sea air as well as the sea water. And a lot of people said to me, isn't it just the warmth? Like, couldn't you have gone to Arizona? And it's like, because we were so blessed to travel extensively with our speaking, I know for a fact that it's not just the warmth, it's
it's
the
the water.
actual sea air. And we have one of the largest arrays of different kinds of wildlife and plant life in the estuary, which are the it's crazy, but we actually bought the condo right next to us, so we are literally neighbors. When you come down to visit, we literally can walk out the door and we're right there. But the view that we have from
Yeah.
our lanai over the estuary, every night we have a perfect, colorful, like it's painted sky. And I would say 98% of the time we have this amazing sunset.
Yeah.
But yet in the morning you can walk across, or we can even just stand on our balcony and see
Watch
the sunset, or the
the
sunrise.
sunrise from the front and the back, and from the back from the lanai, the
We
sunset.
also are able to
Yeah.
see those amazing launches.
Yeah. Oh, there's rocket launches too. For those of you that are like NASA and all about, Elon Musk, we've seen many rocket launches when I've been down there. I have many on video. You can see them very easily, and you don't even have to go to the beach. They're like right there, and it's really cool. Let's go back to the ocean for a minute. So
Yes.
the healing property of the ocean, and I think a lot of people don't always realize it, but it's just similarly when I'm gardening. Like I garden with the moon cycles on purpose because of the magnetic pull of the moon on the water in the earth. So whether it's pulling the water closer to the soil or pulling the roots down into the soil because the water's deeper, the tide changes, right?
Yeah.
And I know you've worked with some different healers down there.
Yes.
What did you learn about that stepping into the water and the tide and how that can improve your
Dr.
health?
Shelley Lynch, who is an amazing photographer and does amazing things, and you can find her on Facebook and Instagram. She also is a healer, and I actually just did a float with her in the ocean, and she's so intuitive. I mean, the creatures that come around us and kind of bless us as we're on our float here, just releasing everything. But yeah, she does it at a very specific time of day when the water is at a certain tide, and we learn about how the pull, especially of the moon, is really something when we're down there right by the ocean, compared to like when I was living here in Illinois. Yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, I'm in awe of how much the water and where it is, and if you're able to immerse yourself and float in it, how much it heals, and how it's really just changed my life. It's given me hope again. I've gone through some crazy things with my health, and I am really a new person and much more able to do so much more down there, walking on the beach is really part of my healing. I stand in the water and I watch those waves come up and they cleanse me. This is actually something that she's taught me to do. And then, just ask the sea to just take away any energy that's not mine or anything that's in my body that is not good for me, and wash it away. And then to have the sun or the moon, depending on the time of day you're there at the ocean, to fill you back up with healing energy and love. And it's
magical.
It
It's so
is.
pretty.
Magical is a very good word.
And part of it from a scientific perspective is it's similar to Epsom salt, right? So if you are in the Chicagoland area and you're like, your body needs minerals, we don't necessarily get them through the drinking water as much as we should. And so a lot of us, we have to, do a deep soak in Epsom salt, or you go to the sauna or the spa and you do like a salt pool or a salt bath, right? The ocean has a lot of those minerals naturally. So by walking in it or
it's
floating
living water.
in it,
It's
your body gets all of that. And to that point of the living water, the microorganisms on your skin get renewed.
Yes, they do.
From the ocean. So I crave the ocean like twice a year. I need to be Atlantic or Pacific. That's just me. That's one.
And I'm a different person when I am able to walk on the beach every day and have that restorative waters, just be able to get in it. And then the whole day is different for me.
Yeah. About a year ago is when I went and climbed Quandary. And we went to Colorado, and at the end of the Quandary trip, I would say 2 days before we were ready to fly home, I was like, guys, I need water. And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, we need to find a creek. We need to find something. I need water. Like, my body needs water. And we ended up just going and like getting a bag of Epsom salt, and I like sat in the tub at the rental unit because I needed that. Like, I could just feel not like releasing the frustration, but the mineral content that I was lacking from the mountain climb.
Well, not only that, the air is so much drier there. I mean, we definitely have more humidity where we're at, something that I never really realized how depleted I was here. And I'm back here now in the summer in Illinois, and like my lips are dry. It's like crazy. I can't even. It's so different. The air is just so nourishing.
Yes.
Yeah. But
and then the other thing I've learned since you've been down there is like the shells on the beach change with the seasons.
Yes, they do. Yeah. And I've gotten addicted to, I stick them on existing jewelry. I've got one on my bracelet here. This is a shark's eye, one of my favorites. What I love about the shells are they definitely tend to be a little bit more broken on our beach because we're right on the Atlantic Ocean. And some people go, well, those are broken shells. And I'm like, well, we're broken people. And these are beautiful. They're just beautiful. This one is one that's been totally carved and changed. And I do have another shark's eye. And I just love, I wear them now when I'm traveling, especially because it keeps my ocean near my heart. Yeah. But it's the shelling is absolutely unbelievable in the winter. And of course, it's crazy before. I have found some of the most perfect shells and big shells right before the hurricanes.
Interesting.
I know. It just turns everything up and brought it closer, and you see all kinds of life. A friend of ours who's a musician, Lucy Spots, who is become a good friend, her and her mother, Colleen, she just found an octopus.
Oh my goodness.
I know. It was alive. And it had washed up. She goes, wow, you just don't know what you're going to find when you're walking on a beach.
We've seen many jellyfish. Lily's been stung by a jellyfish. I've seen
our
a shark.
Only sting.
Our only sting, my
so far, I guess. Yeah.
We've seen a shark when we've been down there. We've seen lots of dolphins, lots of turtle nests and turtle tracks. Never actually seen a sea turtle in nature. I've seen the sea turtles at the Science Marine Center and the recovery centers and the rescue centers.
I have been blessed to see manatees.
We did see turtles in the river though. So I guess those would be,
Yeah. And then also what's the one that stays out of the water? Tortoises.
Oh, those
the tortoises that are in the,
they're all over.
Yeah. Cause we're just like 3 miles from the Cape Canaveral Seashore National Park, which, wow, talk about if you're looking for a pristine beach to go walk, or you can get along the intercoastal and the river. That's some of our best sightings of the dolphins. I mean, pods of dolphins that are together, mamas and babies. And the sounds, you can hear them. You can hear when they come up. It's just, I don't even know. It never gets old. And I keep asking people that have been there forever, like, does it ever get old? And they're like,
Because it's always changing. It changes
Yeah.
with the
And the first
seasons
time
and
that we
such,
saw
so.
manatee swimming by us with the boat, that was quite the experience. And I can really see why in the past people maybe would have thought they were mermaids, because
Right?
they're
How their tails
so,
are and
even
stuff.
though they're so big, they're, when they come up and down and that tail kind of comes up, it is so beautiful. It's like
Yeah.
amazing. So we've seen lots of
Lots of
nature and
That's so
wildlife.
cool.
We have the black boars. They're just big wild pigs. They're in the national park. And then of course, when you're in the national park, you can go up on the Turtle Mound and you can see both into the river and
Yeah.
the ocean at the same time. And you can just
So
really see what a special place that you're in.
the
So much history.
Turtle Mound was built by Native American
Mm-hmm.
Indians.
Yes, they were.
Hundreds of years ago.
And it was like their summer place. Like
Right?
they would come from.
It wasn't a burial mound.
No,
It was
a shell mound.
It was shell mounds, clam shells and oyster shells, up and up and up. But what I learned when we were down there last time from one of the tour guides, because we've done the national park tours and read all the books, but I learned as well, like by being that high up, they could see ships coming in and out, but they also didn't have to worry about mildew or extra water because it created natural drainage for them. And I didn't realize that. I was like, really well, that is interesting. That would make sense.
We've got some wonderful museums and science, the Marine Discovery Center, and you can get into Daytona. We're only like 20 minutes from some of the amazing places in Daytona.
Love where you can go and touch those stingrays.
Yes. One of our grandsons, we were there and we were petting not only the stingrays, but the sharks. And then later we went into the reptile room and he walked out and he's like, this was the best day ever. It was quite unique. We did a lot that day. But the other thing too is we have the lighthouse.
Yeah.
And we can see that from our lanai at night, just blinking away. We actually can see the whole bridge light up at night.
That's Ponce de Leon Lighthouse for those of you listening and you're like, what lighthouse?
Yeah. Ponce Inlet has been there forever, and every lighthouse has its own unique blink. So, but we can see it in New Smyrna from a number of the restaurants. There's so many places that are on the river, and then we have places on the ocean. It's like a beacon to know you're home. Yeah. Every time I go over the causeway, it's like, I don't even know how to explain. It was the first time we went over. It was at night, and it just was like, wow, this is crazy. And now every time I go either way over it, even if I'm just going to the grocery store, it's like, I can't believe I live here. I just can't believe I live here. It's such a wonderful feeling. It's a quaint, very personable, like you're all neighbors kind of town. I mean, you go into the stores and the people are just nice, which coming from the Midwest, we have really nice people around us. But I'm too nice now. I come up here and I say hi to everybody and they all look at me like, you've got your Southern charm. Yeah, what's going on with this woman? It's like, Chicagoland people are like, come talk to me. But really, I mean, I'm a suburban girl. I've been here a long time. And I mean, I would say that people in the Midwest in general are very nice. But boy, where we're at, it's just such a welcoming place. Yeah. No matter who you are and how you're dressed, like you said. Yeah. The shopping is amazing on Flagler Avenue. And then we have Canal Street, which is our downtown historic. There's a lot to do. Artistic wise, there's all kinds of art to, museums and
art museums. There's art markets. There's the wine walks. There's we've been down there at different times of the year throughout the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. And I do have a few local artists, and there's a local jewelry shop that I absolutely love, and I'm not going to say the name because I'm going to butcher it and I won't remember it right. So I won't even. Yeah,
I'm not wearing my turtle from Joy of Jewelry, but Chris gave me a beautiful piece of sea turtle because, of course, we have a restaurant. I have to plug that too, in Turtle Lake in Delavan, Wisconsin. And so we're all about the turtles.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of which, off topic, guys, if you're listening for just a second, the girls are at University of Wisconsin's Whitewater Gymnastics Camp for a week a while back. And we go and we get the little brochure and it's got all the local area restaurants and there's Turtle Lake Tap. But I was like, are we that close?
Yes, you were.
I had no idea. But it was interesting because it's in the college thing.
Yeah. Actually, Chris is having his band alumni
The turtle.
Yeah, the turtle. He's
So-
very excited. But back on track. I also have to talk about the music. So
Yes. So let me do a little introduction before we talk about the music there.
Okay.
So in New Smyrna, you have the opportunity, similar to, I feel like some of the, like, not quite Austin or Nashville, but very close to it. You can walk into almost any bar or restaurant in the evening and there's somebody singing. Now, whether they're great or they're not, it depends on where you're at. But they do rotate. So, you know, like, and over the different couple years that we've been down there, we would go to JB's in the afternoon and listen to music. And that was always fun.
Yeah.
And
Live
then
outside.
we started seeing Mr. Chris is Elizabeth's husband online with Sean Holcomb.
Yeah.
And we started seeing it on Instagram and then on Facebook. And I'm like, And so then when we were down there last time, Chris was like, let's go see Sean at the racetrack restaurant at the last turn, something like that.
First turn.
Mm-hmm. And awesome.
Yes. He amazing. And his, John, his associate. Oh my gosh, he's an amazing violin player. So yes, we follow Sean Holcomb. If you go to Chris's page, you'll see, or our sEAGiftNSB page on Facebook. Yes, you will see. He does lives all the time. And now we're following Lucy Spot, who I mentioned earlier.
So with Lucy, this was the first time we got to see Lucy. And Lucy is a younger girl, amazing voice. Frankie went with me. Frankie reminded me when she was there, it's her first time ever sitting at a bar. And I was like, oops, my 12-year-old has been to the bar. I'm sure I'm not the only mother.
Well,
but
it's different when you're
home.
Out in the sun.
I don't know where we were, around somewhere. Oh, I think we were at Majana's house because there's a gentleman that comes to Majana's who plays a guitar when we're over there in the evenings. And she's like, can you like pull up Lucy Spots and play one of her songs? And he's like, who are you talking about?
Yeah. Well,
but she is on Spotify, guys.
Yes.
And
Fishing Spot. Go listen to it.
She's got some new songs out and some new singles. But how did you guys meet Lucy?
We actually went to the Sugar Works Distillery, which is a really, take a tour if you go to New Smyrna Beach. When you go there, their products are amazing.
They make bourbons?
They make everything. Yeah, okay. They actually, their vodka is the only vodka when you go to Outriggers, which is another great place on the river. And I gotta, we have so many. My favorite place is The Spot. I've got to talk about them. They're on Canal Street and they have the unbelievable cuisine, and I can eat there and never worry about being glutened or having any of the, but the food is remarkable there. And what I wanted to say about the music is so funny because Chris really wanted to move to Nashville. And we went there, and unfortunately, there's still 4 seasons there. And he just loves music. It feeds him. He works so hard, and so at night it's so wonderful. He just gets filled up by music. And like you said, you can go anywhere and see remarkable. And a lot of it's original music. Of course, they do covers. A lot of the bands do covers, and a lot of the artists that we just mentioned and more do covers as part of their repertoire, but they're all amazing musicians that write and have these really, really amazing songs. As a matter of fact, there's been now a number of songwriters festivals, and that's really,
that's got to be amazing to come to one of those. That would
and
be
we've
really
been lucky enough. We belong to a group called Battle Island Adventure Club, and that's like a pristine 35 acres of land that you can go kayaking. There's a lagoon there that people fish, and it's just crazy. It's like going to JB's, but you have your own space, just you and whoever you're there with, and it's really beautiful. But going back to nature, you can have as many people around you, or you can be as in nature as you want.
For sure, you can be totally isolated. You guys also have a nude beach if anybody's interested in that. That is an option there. Not for me, but that is always an option as well on the island.
Not only that, you can part of the national park is you can people that want to camp or hike deep into nature. True. Those are things that are available, and there's a lot of education that they offer right there. So we're really close to all of that, as well as all the things that they offer at the different places around. It's a quaint shopping and very artistic, as I mentioned, and there's so many things to see and do that
Yeah.
we run out. There's never enough time. I always tell people, they joke, they're like, oh, I think we can only come for a week. You used to say that. I'm
I
like,
know. Now
don't
we
come
go
for
down
a week.
for
You got to
two,
come down
two and
for
a half,
two.
3.
Yeah.
The other thing I will say is when we go down, I get up early, I go to the beach, I come back and I take a mid-morning nap because I don't have to be anywhere. The girls can go to the pool if they want or go to the beach and then go to the pool. I like to go to the beach then the pool, so we leave the sand definitely outside. The NSBC gift though, you guys, Elizabeth and Chris's condo is so perfect. You've got a full kitchen, you've got laundry. We never come home with dirty laundry ever. You've got the different bedrooms, you've got your pull-out couch, like along with the outdoor screened-in patio that has a fan.
Yeah.
So when I do work down there, I will work on the lanai because it's almost soundproof and I don't have background noise.
And when you're out there, it's like you're alone. Even
Yeah.
though it's a building with 6 floors. Well, it's 5
I did that
floors.
impromptu podcast from there this
That's
year.
true.
I was like, I feel like filming my podcast. But it is. It's very much, and you can just look out and watch the birds
It's
and
just
the trees.
nature. It's amazing. We don't have a neighbor for miles. It's so crazy.
Out the back. Yeah.
And the property is really nice. We have, 2 pools, so you have a choice, as well as there's a sauna. And then we have 2 rec centers where you can work out. If that, that's...
If you want to be an indoor worker. Yeah.
Yep.
Indoor
you have that choice. Well, if you have certain needs that you have to do that, as well as we have tennis courts and the shuffleboard, and we actually have the bocce ball too. So we have a lot of things that you can do right on the property just to have fun, and we have all the accoutrements you need to do those things. Of course, the golfing is wonderful. Chris will be happy to tell you all about where and how, and I mean, there's just so much to see and do.
I will say it's amazing. Any last things you want to say about your journey with New Smyrna and how it's helped your health and how you actually, like, the other thing that I want to know is how, like, intuitively, how did you know in your gut like that was the place to be?
Well, it's I've been on a journey with my health ever since I was a kid. I've had autoimmune, although I really didn't know for a long time. And then I had a car accident that really set me back. And while I was traveling, talking to other people, first I'm from the professional beauty industry, so I've always helped people with their skin, and I was helping people in that industry. And then I learned about bone broth and the benefits of bone broth. So the first thing that I did that helped my health was go gluten-free. Second was bone broth. I mean, my whole appearance changed, my skin, my hair, and of course we knew my insides, my weight, everything normalized. The other thing I learned on those trips and other trips that I earned in a business I was in is whenever I was by the ocean, I was stronger, not just better. I'm stronger. Like, I can do more. I have more energy. My spirit is happy. I mean, I'm just more joyful. It's just completely different. New Smyrna happened because we have family there, and they basically let us come down and stay in their condo. And within 2 weeks, my husband said that he felt like he saw the old me. And so we went to New Smyrna Beach for the very first time, October 1st, 2020, and we were homeowners in that condo. There's 20 buildings. In that, it's called Ocean Walk. We became owners in Ocean Walk on December 17th, 2020. So it was like just a little over 2 months. And it was fast, but we knew that our grandkids came there. Half of our grandkids were going there multiple times during the year. And it was so crazy because when we knew we were going to go down and visit, I talked to a couple of people at a farmer's market, and they were like, oh, we know people there. And I was introduced to all these people. So we had such a social,
it was
wonderful
like
time.
God aligned all of this for you and had a community already ready.
It's all God.
Yeah. That was
came
so
down there.
amazing.
And then the best thing for Chris was the music, besides seeing me, the old me kind of come back. So, it's a journey. I mean, things still happen. We live down there. I actually had another car accident like a year and a half ago. And I now know that that's the best place to heal and get better, so it's always something, but yet, I am the best me there.
That's awesome. All right. Last question, which I ask every guest.
Uh-oh.
How do you cultivate guts every day in your life?
Well, there's the physical,
Mhm.
where I have my bone broth every day, as well as my supplements. And then there's the physical, and that's prayer and doing, I call it my PT, my physical therapy, but it's like yoga or stretching or just, but yeah. Uh, Dr. Shelley always tells me that when I first come to see her, she does the craniosacral massage, and that I'm out of my body. But then, so I've been
Be more
really conscious
grounded.
now every day that I bring myself back into my body. And the best way to do that is go down and walk, put my feet in the sand, get some of that living water all over me. And I am a different person for the rest of the day if I get that done.
Awesome. So amazing.
I
Thank
know.
you.
I am so
This
blessed.
is so great. All right, guys. With that, thank you for being on the podcast.
Thank you. Come see me.
All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode and you actually fell in love with the ocean and New Smyrna Beach as much as me and Elizabeth love it. I want you to share with me what your favorite part was, or share with me, like, when do you plan to travel and visit the Sea Gift in New Smyrna Beach? Ask us any questions. We're here to help you, and we're excited to see what you think of the Sea Gift on your own visit. Satnam, love you guys. So if you love this episode, remember to share it with all your friends. Send it to anyone who may love this inspiration or need this information. To get my newest book, which is the Ultimate Green Witch Garden Planner, you can find it on Amazon or my website, www.cultivatingguts.com. And to learn more about sEAGift, where can they find that information?
sEAGiftNSB.com is our website. And we're also hashtag sEAGiftNSB on Instagram and Facebook.
Awesome.
Like our page. See all kinds of fun stuff.
Very fun. You will see all kinds of fun stuff, from turtles to music to food
Oh, and
to
I'd like
sunsets.
a minute of the ocean.
Yes.
Just take a pause. Come and I usually try to make 1 minute or 2 minutes. And I warn you at the top, just be quiet for a minute. Listen to this. Join me in the water.
Oh, I love it. It'll fill your soul back up in those times when you can't get to the water, for sure. I do have some live events coming up. We have our New Moon Circle that is once a month right around the new moon, and it's an adult women only. We do breath work, meditation, some garden practices, and we write manifestations for the new moon. And so those are out on our website, along with we're kicking off our fall season of our kids garden club starting in September. You can register now for the fall season, and you actually get 5. So you get September, October, November, December, and January in the fall season. So you get that 5th class as a bonus for the price of just the 4. And you'll find all that information at www.cultivatingguts.com. And with that, guys, have a wonderful day.